Like in my family, there were 5 of us. My mom and my dad, and then 3 of us, brothers, because I have no sisters. Now 5 in America is considered a big family. But now I remember last week, Abu has how many? Like 10 kids or something like that. Now that is a big family. We will be looking at the sheet that starts with listening. We will be starting with number 3, the conversation asking about family. Why don't we go around the room and just read? Each person read one sentence. So you'll start with Rita, and we'll just go around while I'm pulling the video. Go ahead.
Tell me about your brother and sister. Good.
Ma, go ahead.
Wow. And what about your brother?
He's William and photographer.
Photographer. Yeah, it's a hard word to pronounce. Okay, let's try this recording and see if I got it right.
Part A. Listen and practice.
Tell me about your brother and sister, Sue.
Well, my sister works for the government.
Oh? What does she do?
I'm not sure. She's working on a very secret project right now.
Wow. And what about your brother?
He's a wildlife photographer.
Okay, before we go on to part B, I think we have equal number here. But maybe you 3 can join. Would you come down here and work with him? And then you 3 work well together. Okay, and then you 2 and you 2. We're going to practice the conversation. So one of you becomes Rita and one is Sue. Antonina, will you stop her to read this? You might have to pronounce some of the words. Okay? Now let's take a moment and listen to these 2 practice the conversation in front of us. Okay? What I want you to do is listen closely to how they pronounce the words. Now last time we talked about intonation and pronunciation in the language. So when a person asks a question, often they raise their voice for their intonation. So what I want you to do is listen closely to the pronunciation and intonation. Speak loudly, please.
Tell me about your brother and sister.
Now the next part of the conversation has some information about Rita's parents. Now, what are parents? Does anyone know?
Dad and mom.
Our moms and dads. So Rita is going to tell us where her parents live. Now also, we want to listen for the information about what do they do. Now we just learned that the brother of Rita is a photographer. He takes pictures of animals. And then my sister's away, but she's not working, right? And what does she do? She works for the government on a very secret project. So when we listen in conversation, we have to listen for pronunciation and intonation. so that we can recognize questions, but also we have to listen for information. What I would like to do is go around the room and each of you take a turn. So Ron, would you start by reading the first sentence?
Are you living at home now? Are you living at home now?
Good. And her answer would be,
No.
yes, I am. Or,
No, I am.
no, I'm not. Very good. Now again, in this section right here, we are using the continuous present. When we say am, or is, or are, that is just the present tense. But notice the ing on the words. It shows that it is the continuous present.
No.
So before we finish today, I'd like just to go around and ask some questions about your family. And if you want, you can ask about mine. You might ask me, is your mom still working? She is older. And I would answer, yes, my mom is still working every day. And she loves to walk too. So when we have a conversation, we often ask follow-up questions. Questions that help us continue the conversation. Mom, go ahead. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Are you studying English?
yeah.
Do you like studying English?
Yeah, I hope to study English.
Do you have any questions for me?
Very good. Very good. Very good tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, tonight I am tired and I will go home after I'm done in the library. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our activities today. And again, hopefully you'll all be healthy and return.